Hello all, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Speedy Guide for new players of Element Fission. Today we're going to be talking about Tunnel. Today we're coming to you from Paris. It's really cool. Actually, we're coming to you from the outer rings of Saturn. Or Jupiter? Maybe we're hanging out on Mars. Sorry for that. I finally got the software working correctly to where I can remove my backgrounds. I think it's really cool I can do this now, but let's get into the real video. So first we're going to show you a couple of the levels from Tunnel Normal and talk about how I beat them. And then we're going to show you the gear from the monsters that I was using for Tunnel Normal. And you can see here we're on level 94, which is something I've spent a lot of time on today. And I wanted to start with this because this is a key point. You need to make sure that you use every single monster in your box when you're just completing normal for the first time. Your gear is horrible, so you can't take many hits. And so this is the team I came up with to beat floor 94. The Fire Popo Rider should be used on most levels, but on floor 94 it was 2 Water Man-at-Arms and a Water Twin Blade. So if they got any moves at all, they would immediately kill the Fire Popo. There's nothing I could do about that. So I replaced the Fire Popo with the Water Steel Wings, so no longer elemental disadvantage. And the Water Steel Wings is actually really good at controlling units, so it reduces attack bar with every hit. The last 2 spots are kind of like flex spots, so use the best units you have. I summon the Water Puppet. Because I have her, I use her a lot on this level, and then I was surviving against the 2 Water Man-at-Arms and the Water Twin Blades, but I wasn't killing them very quickly, so they would eventually defeat me anyway. And I was like, wait a minute, I should just use the Tree Ninrat, because 6 dots on each target whenever you get the chance, it's a great way to get rid of water units. So that's what I did, and this is the first team that could beat this level. I tried many different teams. Tunnel, whether you're doing it manually or on auto, the main thing you want to do is keep things stunned and taunted and attack bar reduced so they don't take turns. And then you want to speed up your team as much as you can. So there's a lot of different units that can help you with that. And so there we go. We got rid of the Water Man-at-Arms there. Green Tank is actually really nice for Tunnel if you have to manual. Stun on skill 1, taunt on skill 2. Skill 3 removes debuffs and reduces cooldowns and speeds up your team. So those are many things that are really good for Tunnel. So I really like having the Tree Turtle early on. Really good unit. Actually, we don't really even need to decrease the attack bar much anymore. We're just waiting for the Water Man-at-Arms to take a turn. And everybody, almost everybody on my team is reducing attack bar right now. So there we go. Floor 94 is done. One of the nice things about being in the Cubicles Guild is we have a light music queen from one of our members that he shares for everybody in the guild to use. I used the light music queen on this level. It was a piece of cake. If you're looking for a guild that has a light music queen to help you out on Tunnel, we still have a couple spots left in Cubicles. We did fill up today, but we removed 3 inactives, and we're going to keep doing that. So if you're planning on being really active in guild content, look us up. And we still also have our other guild, Cube, which is a more advanced guild. We're in Ruby 3 for Territory Wars. If you're an advanced player, you can join us there. So we're on floor 100 of Tunnel Normal. We're on wave 2, and we have a team that I use quite a bit to get to this point. There's 3 core units that I think every new player should build and use for Tunnel Normal, which is the Tree Tank, the Dark Giant, and the Fire Popo. Those 3 units do a lot of the things that you want them to do. They speed up your team, they slow down the enemy team, they reduce the attack bar of the enemy team, and then the Tree Tank does both taunts and stuns to help keep the enemy team from doing their big skills, which can really hurt you this early on when your gear is absolutely trash. So we'll go through the gear in a second. It's really bad, and you'll see that it's really bad. This is a pure control team. We're reducing attack bars as much as we can. We're stunning as much as we can. And so this is the team that I came up with, and we'll show the gear on the team here in a minute. We're going to finish up this run, get our first 100 completed, and then we're going to do some summoning. So what you look for when you're having to do things manually, you want to keep an eye on who is going to be moving next and make sure they're either stunned or taunted so that they're not going to hurt your team. Everybody's stunned or taunted, so now we're just looking for damage. And the dark ant cannon can do pretty good damage, so you want to get rid of his damage as soon as possible. And then we're going to reset everybody's skills. Keep reducing attack bars, trying to keep people stunned. Okay, so the dark one's gone. We've got everybody stunned, and so my tree tank is on bash. He doesn't have AoE attack skills, but his ability to stun and also taunt on the same skill is really nice. Because if he misses the stun or he misses the taunt, the other one's going to hit. Let's see. We're going to go elemental advantage here if we can. Boom. Fire one is gone. Got another stun in. And actually by having the tree tank on bash gear, his skill 1 stuns with the skill, but also has a second chance to stun with the bash gear. So that makes his skill 1 very effective. And I also, later when I show the units, you'll also see that his accuracy is not very high right now. I just don't have the gear for it. And the bash stun does not need accuracy. So that is also a way to make him more reliable. We don't need to taunt anyone because everybody's almost dead. Pretty good damage from the tank too. And he does not have good gear. So, 6,000 with a defense break, we'll take it. And you can see we just completely controlled that team. And some of these levels, I let this team run on auto, and it was perfectly fine. But because this is floor 100 and I want to get this video done, we wanted to make sure that we do this manually. There we go. The water Gyrolean is on bash, so he got one stun in, which is okay. Boss on level 100, using yet another team. Just trying to keep everybody controlled. There, we got 2 stuns on that. That was great. Get some attack bars reduced. Trying to get some stuns or taunts. Can we get this done? This has been a very long journey. There we go. We got it. Woohoo! Okay. And I did not want to do level 100 with the water puppet because the chances of everybody getting that early in the game are pretty low. So I wanted to show that this could be beaten without water puppet, without any significant 4 stars. So we beat that with all 3-star units. A couple of them are given to you by the game. And that's all we're going to do with Tunnel for a while now. So I was using the water puppet artist for many of the earlier floors just because her skill 2 is amazing. It reduces attack bar, it freezes, it stuns, or sleeps. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff. So of course I have her on bash so that she can stun. So great unit for Tunnel normal, but I wanted to complete Tunnel normal using mostly free-to-play monsters. So that's what I did. And one of the monsters I used was the water Gyrolean, who's my farmer now, because I've run low on crystals. So I'm saving energy everywhere I can. So speed, crit rate, accuracy is its gear. You can see it has really low HP. Speed isn't that good, but this is the gear I have for it right now. But it is a 10 plus 10 attack, which is awesome for your farmer. So Fire Sharpshooter was not a normal one that I used every level, but when I had levels that were heavy in tree or fire, then I would use her. So her first skill does a defense break. Second skill is a team up, which allows you to pull in people that do stuns or other defense breaks or more damage, so you can get rid of a target. So the third skill does 6 shots, which absorbs 20% of the enemy's action bar. So as long as all 6 shots hit, then you actually get another turn. So it's actually a really decent monster for doing a bunch of damage and reducing the enemy's attack bar. So she's actually a pretty decent unit, or very early on for Tunnel. It was my Fire Popo rider with 100% crit rate. So she's on luck rate, crit rate, accuracy, and she doesn't need to be on luck for Tunnel. I just haven't changed her gear. She's on luck for heavy metal. But if you find that she's dying too easily, then you can switch her to HP or defense percent for slot 2, and they'll make her a lot more tanky so that she can survive. And then another one of the core monsters is the tree turtle tank, who's on bash because I want that extra chance to stun. It's very helpful. So speed, HP, accuracy, with trying to get as much HP as I could in subs, and more speed so that he can kind of go first and also be able to go fairly quickly so that it can speed boost everybody so that my team gets more turns. And then it's on revenge just in case somebody hits it. Hopefully we can hit back and stun them. And then another unit I used a lot, basically almost every single level, is the Dark Giant on defense, HP. And I would definitely like to see it faster because then it could get more turns. And it needs more accuracy and more resistance. But this is the gear I have. It's also on Bash Revenge, again, to hopefully stun things. Another one I used quite a bit is the Water Steel Wings. Speed, HP, accuracy. And its main job is just to decrease the attack bar of whoever it's hitting. It's not a damage dealer. So those are the main monsters I used. I did occasionally use the Tree Sharpshooter on speed, crit damage, attack to do damage on tree or water units. And I occasionally used the Ninrat for all water levels where I really needed a lot of dots damage to get rid of units, mostly level 94. And now you've seen all the units, now it's time to summon. This is what we really wanted to come here for. We have a decent number of summons. We've got 80 regular Illyrium, 3 Twilights, and we still haven't really gotten a good Twilight unit. So we were doing some summons for a quest in the missions tab. We just needed to do 1 summon, so I did a 10 pull, and we got the Fire Man-at-Arms, who's amazing. He's a really good unit. But there were a couple of units that would have been really helpful for Tunnel that I just didn't have. And Tree Annihilator is really good because it's a strip and dots. AoE strip and dots, AoE blind. And it does stuns. So it's a really good Tunnel unit. And then another one that's even better is the Tree Wisp Catcher because it can do AoE Oblivion. If all the units are the same element, then it can do AoE Oblivion, which is really nice. So those are 2 units I'd really like to get so that my next run of Tunnel is much easier. So here we go, 80 summons. And, okay, and no lightning. That's exactly how we wanted to start off. Okay, here comes a lightning. Firestring Mage, she's new. She's actually a pretty good unit, but not who I'm probably going to build right away. Water Sky Police is new, and it's a great unit for Territory Wars, so I'm very excited to get that one. Now what we need to get is the Water Ant Cannon. Okay, now there's lightning, get something good. Water Ripper, not really the best, it's not new either. Lightning right away. Tree Gunslinger. Okay, so it's another skill up for him. Another lightning. Oh my god. So many bookworms. I apologize to my guildmates who haven't pulled it yet. It's we have a couple people in the Cubicles Guild that are really trying to pull that unit, and it's like my fourth or fifth one. Okay, 10 left. Time gate for water rippers. Oh god. Come on, not a water ripper, please. Just not a water ripper. Okay. Water bear, which is the worst bear. Okay. We are going to try to do a couple of powerful Illyrium for tree, because I'd really like to get the Wisp Catcher or the Annihilator. So sometimes I say save these, but when you really need a 4-star. Yes! Awesome. Okay. This just made this a good summon session. So, and it's even 4 attack, which is really nice. And can we get super lucky and get the Tree Wisp Catcher? No, Tree Bomb Man, who's actually he's one of the few good bombers. So he's got, I believe it's his 3rd skill, where he plants a bomb on the ground, and that actually does good damage, as opposed to some of the other bombers who don't do crap for damage. So yeah, so we've done 7 Twilight summons so far, no lightning. Light Steel Wings, that's a dupe. Dark Sharpshooter. Light Spider is new, and it's good for PvE. Ooh, lightning. First lightning. Yes. Light Engineer Robot is amazing. That's going to be very, very helpful in Abyss. So actually the IVs are actually not that bad. It's going to be a really tanky unit. It's -5 defense, which means it's not going to do much damage. But at least some of the minus went into attack, which is worthless. That's a very good first Twilight Lightning. We got the Water Sky Police. 3 Water Rippers. Oh my god. Another skill up for our Bookworm. Although I think she's fully skilled already. Skill up for our Gunslinger, which is great. We got our Tree Annihilator and a Tree Bomb Man, both good for certain areas. And then we got the Light Engineering Robot. So that's it for this episode. Until the next video, see ya.